All right, we are back and we're trying our microphone in new ways, so we'll see how it does. Hopefully it sounds okay. It looks a little loud, actually. That looks a little better. That looks a little better. But yeah, this way, ultimately, we can just move a little bit farther away. We opened up the gate for it, so that gives us a little bit more freedom to talk and kind of move while we're trying to just do different stuff. All fun stuff. So hopefully it doesn't sound that bad. We're back. Happy Wednesday. I almost said happy Tuesday. We haven't streamed on a Tuesday in forever. Happy Wednesday, Watercolor Wednesday. We're going to be finishing up our nice little coconut portrait, our little pet portrait, our fun one. We have our nice little guy right here. It's going to be a very fun piece. I'm going to move this real quick. Hold on, sorry. And now we're going to lower this. So again, I can kind of move back here. Hopefully there's not too much ambient or background noise. We're going to see how it goes. But ultimately, I'm hoping that it works like this where it's not as like close to my face. So I can kind of just move and talk a little bit more. Because I guess apparently, there we go. Cool. Sounding good. Cool. Thanks, baby. Thanks, baby. Sounds pretty good too. Yeah, I think it does too. Oh my god, look at Coconut. Coconut is here. We're gonna see how it does. Hopefully he doesn't get worse throughout the evening. We'll see. Time will tell. But see, now I can at least, I think it sounds okay if I stay here, but maybe it doesn't. Does it need to be louder? Check, check, check. If I talk normal, I think that's gonna work. I think it sounds pretty good. So we're gonna jump right into it here. You're gonna hear more around, that's all. Let me know if that's incredibly, I don't know if that's annoying or not. That's where I'm gonna kind of have to see if I draw the line there. There might not be any way to get sound without picking this up too. This is where my head's at. I don't know yet though. So, we'll see. I like the sound of your brushes. Good. Thanks, baby. I'm gonna lighten up these palettes. This is way too dark. Coconut has very little dark purple on him. Thank you for popping in, baby. Appreciate you. The green we'll be using, it's going to be a lot of yellows, greens, blues. But see, even when I'm looking away like this, I think it sounds pretty good, which is nice. So yeah. We'll go from there. We might be sending back our shotgun mic that we got because it's just too echoey. Might be easier to just use this microphone and go from there. I guess I need an SDC microphone. But I don't even know what that is. You should give him some highlights, little purple highlights. That's crazy talk. I am gonna do it kind of like illustrative or cartoonish instead of like more realistic. So it's just definitely gonna have more colors. It's gonna err on the side of colorful. Is what I'm thinking. I was gonna make it like loose, colorful, and fun. So we keep it nice and stylized here. He is so no. For normal, we are using our Ginzai Tenbai. Probably butchered that, but yeehaw. Oh, you can hear the, see, that's how you could do like a little ASMR here with the paper towel ripping, like. Whoa. That's how you do it. Yeah, all right, we're gonna see how we're doing. We're gonna start full tone color. Compositionally, we're gonna keep it almost in the triangle, so there's gonna be more up here, more background, more marks, and less finishing at his feet with a couple marks here leading us off the page. It's very dark pencil wise. But I don't want to lighten up the pencil quite a bit. I'm gonna keep that and work light and keep the pencil marks throughout it, I believe. You can totally do, yeah, right? I know. It sounds so good. It's like, that's why I need my little brass, I need like my copper cups. So it's like, oh, it sounds so good. But again, because we have such a strong drawing down, we're going to be relatively... Music too loud? No. Maybe a little. Lower a little. We're gonna be relatively loose with the color, with the colors. We're gonna stick to the proper value scheme. I'm gonna start with blues, kind of come in with some oranges and whites, oranges and yellows. Leave whites. Going with orange through the hair, kind of some darker oranges, browns, all that fun stuff. So let's see. Yeah, I think music down just a little, right? This song at least is a little louder, I believe. All right, there's no going back now. What's nice is I can see you guys will have a little bit more of a glare. Sorry. And crop that a little closer, but I'm gonna use that camera as well. Just painting right through OBS right now. Never really done that before, but why not, right? I'm gonna wet it like twice here so that I can kind of get the paper very kind of saturated, so it'll stay nice and loose for a little bit longer and give some nice early marks. But I kind of like going over it because I can't understand. There's a way to just pretty much dip watercolor paper, but I really like working on these watercolor blocks just because it keeps them like from warping. And I don't totally know. I mean, they still warp a bit, but when they dry on here, they'll usually straighten out. But I would love to just be able to dip the watercolor, because then the back really gets absorbed and it like really is a nice texture, but the whole thing warps if it's not a very good watercolor paper. But I don't want too much like water sitting on the surface here. So what I'm gonna do is kind of lean it up now. Let's see, just a little bit. Maybe one more here. Yeah, now most of the water is going to drip down at least, so it shouldn't really pool too badly. And it also helps you kind of control your washes if it's all going in one direction, right? If it's flat, it's going to go all over. At least when it's pulling down, you can kind of count on water coming down. All right, we got this paper very nice here. All right, let's jump right in here. Bing bong. Let's go. We're going to start with our light blues. A lot of light blues. Almost as like just a gray layer, if you will. I am going to keep it, well, I'm going to gray it down just a little bit. Hey, Anonymous. Appreciate you. Like your name? Welcome to the gang, baby. Kind of grayed it out with a little bit of orange. Remember, if you use the opposite color on a color wheel, complementary color, you kind of gray out, you desaturate it. I guess it's not really graying it out, but you desaturate it a little. And we're gonna go through with some light blues, like we had said, and just kind of start putting some color in, so we can at least see some of these values. This is all very, very light, obviously light blue. I'm gonna go in with an even lighter blue in some of our lighter spots, but a lot of this will be kind of covered up with orange and brown. We'll come in with like a red and some browns and really be able to get some nice transparencies, hopefully. It's all hopeful. Oh, that's kind of the plan. Got a plan. What is it? Not plan to fail. Succeed. Plan to succeed. Don't remember. Clearly, we'll just talk art and not whatever those type of statements are. That didn't make any sense. I am gonna do a little bit of purple. Throw in a little bit of purple here. Okay, like all of our pieces, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna enjoy the process, and we're gonna work on reinterpreting the piece, not so much copying the image. Right? This is a gift and a more of a commission-like piece. So there is that little bit of responsibility to make it look like the person, character, object, or thing, right? Usually, at least. But if it's not that case, I mean, again, you've whatever. That's all relative. But more times than not with commissions, it's going to be kind of, you know, picture of someone, a picture of something that they would like it to continue to look that way, or remind them of that person. So you are reinterpreting it, but much like our characters, right? It's the same concept. We kind of work through and reinterpret the characters in our own style, our own way. And that's what makes each one fun and unique. Go in with a yellow, bit of orangish, maybe super like light, because I kind of want to get some of these almost mid-tones. A lot of the blues will end up being the darker values, and then I want to put in a lot of mid-tones here that I'm kind of thinking will be a little bit more yellowish, and just sort of see what the piece how it sort of breaks down, right? This is the first watercolor dog portrait I have ever completed. Yeah, I like that color more. That color's at least closer to the basic color that I'll use. And I'll go in with yellow after I have some of this nice brown down. We might finish this on stream, we might not. We're going a regular 2-hour time. Again, I have not done this before, so I'm not totally sure of how long it's going to take. So bear with me as we kind of unfold. See what happens here. Yeah, I think there will be a bit of green almost. Green because of all the grays. And then all the oranges and the kind of blues that exist here. Be a couple grays throughout this piece here. And a lot of this I think is going to end up being like a grayish green. So I kind of want to push some of these colors here, right? And I want to need to get this color in the background. That's what I want to do. Because like I said, I kind of want it to work down in a triangle form almost. So I'm thinking most of the top here should be kind of colored in. Now, like we talk about, obviously, there's a bit going into the design aspect, right? In these early stages, I like to put marks down that are going to show through, as well as kind of lay out the composition of the piece, right? So that's always what I'm kind of working on around these stages too. And it's not that you finish the composition, but again, you I like to put some time and thought into it in these early stages. Normally I finish it. I will actually finish a lot of my compositions 100% on Procreate or another sort of digital art form. And then just know what the composition is working into it. But when I don't do that, I do like to go in and not leave the composition for the end, because I've had this happen, and I'm sure a lot of people have. I don't like getting to the end of the piece and having the composition really significantly affect the final the final quality of the piece, right? So I do like to put, if I don't know specifically what it is, I do like to put it in early. Like I said, I've thought about it, obviously. I've planned focusing on that kind of a triangle-ish, so where it's going to be filled up here, at least not filled, but, and then kind of work down. It's a pretty common, not common, I shouldn't say that, a very pleasing composition more times than not. And when because of the pose that he's in, it kind of lends itself to this very much. So I'm gonna not fight it. Again, you can go through, remember, pick some of that up. I'm gonna go back in. You saw me pick that up, and then I put it back down, pick it up, put it back down. You can see all the paint dripping down, or you can hear all the sort of ASMR. That's fun. Whoa. The channel has changed. I didn't love that, how dark that was. I love, thanks, I'm happy. It's kind of important here. I hope so. It is coconut though, so I'm sure someone will want it. You don't. Probably have a lot of room for error. I'm doing all this stuff so I can hear it after and listen to what it sounds like for myself as well. I like the freedom of not having it so tight in my face, the microphone at least. It's already claimed. Maybe. Depends on what kind of offers we get here. Ha! JK, 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 JK. Alright, what do we need here? What do we need? Where are we? Are we done? No, JK. Definitely not done. Okay. So I've talked about this a little bit before as well. I am working from 2 images, right? And the reason being is sometimes when I'm pushing colors or working in charcoal, where you're focused in pushing values, I have one image that, okay, so for color, I have one image that's far more saturated than the other and a little bit underexposed, so it's darker but more saturated, so the contrast is pushed. The colors are a little more vibrant, and then I have my regular one, so I can kind of pick and choose in areas to push colors, to easily see colors. It just makes the transition visually much easier. And then I do the same sort of technique I think I've talked about with charcoal, where I will have an overexposed and an underexposed image, and in doing that you can see your lights and your darks far more. You can do that with painting as well, very, very easily. You can do it on your phone, obviously, but just open the settings, change the exposure slider left to right, and it's kind of easy. That's literally it. You can take photos, overexpose, underexpose as well, if you're really working for high quality. But to be able to work and reinterpret pieces, it's so beneficial and so simple. If you're working from a color photo and you're working in charcoal or black and white, desaturate it. Unless you're practicing seeing values in color, that's different. I don't know, then whatever, do what you be doing. But if you're just doing it to reinterpret it or see the image or the reference, use make it black and white. Don't work in color. If I was going to go in for values here, I would make a black and white image, overexpose it and underexpose it, see my lights, see my darks, and then just work from each. Look left, look right, boom, okay, cool. Same thing I'm doing with the color, like I was talking about. Desaturated, and the regular, I guess, is desaturated, and then a little bit more saturated version. So easy enough, right? So this is a good example. Oh, sorry, I was still at. This is a good example of a color that I can see where it's very saturated, that I probably won't use much of, but I'm gonna I like the idea of having some show through. That eyebrow's too dark. See, sometimes you put a mark down, it's perfect. Sometimes you go back in and kind of move it around a little. Sometimes you have to pick up some of the actual paint, the liquid, the values, saturation. Can change significantly, right? So biggest thing is just sort of checking each time, not every single time, but the more you check your piece, the more you're gonna like the final product. You don't have to be checking it for accuracy. I just mean check as in, do you like it more or less after that mark that you've just put down? Good. I hate that color. That color a lot, but I want to move it over here. There we go. Yeah, I think, right? It might still be a little too dark, I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll put some down. Because what we'll be able to do is go back through and slowly see how we can start to create this little cocoa bean here. It's gonna sound crazy to a lot of people, but that's what he's called. Kind of very much what he became. I don't know how or why, but it is. It's very much what he is. He is quite literally a coconut. All right, slowly building up dark values here, as you can see. Then we're working light to dark, remember, so all these marks, we're kind of continuing to build up, right? So they're only gonna get a little darker and darker. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you know. No. My little rhinestone cowboy. Oh God. He is a little cocoa bean. My little rhinestone cowboy. Oh my God. You are literally too funny. This dog has far more value in our household than I do. It's significant. She might chime in and say not. She might not even chime in. Say that's not true, but it's true. So you didn't even chime in. I thought so. It's just the truth. This song sounds very scratchy. Doesn't that sound like super scratchy and weird? Sorry, I got quiet. Kind of got into the focus there. I wanted to make sure I was getting those couple of those marks right, and I might go back through super quick right now and kind of lessen that couple of those marks and values a little. But kind of works. Oh my god, it's so cute. It doesn't even look like anything yet. I don't know if you're talking. I wasn't for a while. I was quiet and just like zoning out. Not zoning, but focused on some of these marks here. I am talking now, though. You can probably hear me. I hope. If you can't, I'm in big trouble. I've resorted to so I'm moving up in the world. I'm hearing myself now. So I've resorted to kind of playing my headphones back in my own ear. So now I know. If I can hear me, you can hear me. Made sense. Kind of why I think it's that's why I was like, I think it's gonna sound good, but it's still tough. Still tough to know. He does what? Yes, he does. He does what? Doesn't even look like something? No way. Not yet. You're funny. You're very funny. Could you tell it's coconut if it didn't have the hat on it? He wasn't wearing his rhinestone cowboy hat. Is the score updating on the game? No. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. I can stay up to date with the game too. I can hear you. No, I know you can hear me. I'm saying, see the score? We have the score of the game up here too. Haha, now we're doing it all. I could tell it was Coco from anything. That's fair. That's fair. Touche. Touche. Did Coconut just scoff at the question, probably? Why does he still ask these dumb questions with me? gonna try to pick some of this up now. In the places I need to. Let's see how this goes. Well, that's a fun feature. It is, right? Isn't that cool? Made that myself. Or people can enjoy basketball. We can talk sports. We can talk art. Whatever you're feeling. Unless you're a LeBron fan, then you can get that on. JK, everybody's welcome here. Of course. Sorry. I could play Rhinestone Cowboy. That would be pretty fun. I have to get used to the fact that I don't have to talk into the microphone. That's really nice. I'm gonna work through the cowboy hat, and then I'm gonna come in with water and wash it out so that it will be darker in certain areas. And then I'll come in with like almost like a magenta-ish green kind of mixture throughout the hat. That'll show just like kind of the basic values. Kind of like that. We'll get a little bit of, you know, natural gradient anyway, but I'm thinking I'll still have to go through with a bit more because that'll start to, it won't blend quite right when you do that because of just the water mixture. We're gonna let that bleed out. We're gonna let that kind of bleed out there. Kind of using, so I am going with black, but I'm kind of using a little bit of magenta in it as well. And I'm only going to do that throughout the eyes here. Ooh, that's still too wet, I think. It's gonna get a little spooky looking here. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. Work with me, work with me. Right, all right, all right. That worked well, actually. The eyes are a little spooky, but that'll work. That'll work very well. Yeah, yeah. We didn't mean to make that so magenta. We want a little bit more purple. Go, Memphis. Come on, guys. Get one more. Get one more. You can always clean it right up. You can always clean it right up. Kind of freaks me out sometimes when I forget that I can hear myself. I'm like, oh my god. But I guess that's what happens. I'll get used to it, I think, pretty quickly, actually. If I can do it for tonight, I'll be okay. Definitely beneficial. It definitely is very helpful, and makes a lot more sense than always having to look over and see if I'm muted or not. Big time. Okay, cool. That worked well. Okay. Checking. Always checking, like we said. Whoops. Not much. Alright, let's see if this ruins it. It shouldn't, I hope, but you never really know. I want this to be relatively isolated and almost covered after I'm done with this part. It'll just add a nice little rich darkness. Anytime you add some reds, it adds very nice rich darks. Or it can, and it can kind of show through. I know that sounds weird. Okay, just kind of going through the brush and again picking some up, kind of saturating it back out, or just shaping it a bit more if it's depending on if it's dry, right? Get a lot of detail with just in this phase. I'll just buy kind of less is more, right? That's the trick here. So what am I focused on most? It's the same every single time, and it's gonna be values. The value set, where's it going? And is it correct? Is it too dark? Is it too light? And then you just go through and, I mean, it's easy. It's not easy, but make it easy by just focusing on values, right? Learn values and you'll be able to do anything. And it's always a practice. You're never done, obviously. But the best thing to do is drawing, which is angles, proportions, and values. You can do, if you have those down, you can learn and do anything. I kind of actually believe that. In the painting, drawing world, I guess. In the 2D. Is that what it is? Studio art world? 2D studio art? Probably. Because no, there's a ton of art forms that does not apply to, obviously. But drawing, painting, coloring, markers, acrylic, oil, any of that, if you have your angles and values fairly well understood and can kind of visually identify them, you can really do anything medium wise in the 2D arts world. Again, not that doesn't help you play a guitar. Be cool if it did. Or like just learning values made you like more athletic. That would be cool too. It doesn't do any of that. Too dark. Too dark. I'm gonna leave that for right now because I didn't like that blue. Blue is way too dark. I almost want that like nice Wednesday Addams like crystal blue that we used. Like that. Yeah, baby. Little more saturated still. There we go. Through, come right through here. Kind of having fun with the marks, and again, it's a mix of design and value placement. So I'm trying to really place values, well, and marks where I think they should really be placed value-wise. Color-wise, I'm going from my saturated image that I spoke of in the beginning, right? And then I'm just kind of going through now and again designing the piece how I want it to look. I'm going to continue going through and picking out characteristics that I see. But again, I'm also hoping and kind of putting a lot of this down that it's going to pick up. Like a little bit at some point. Some of these blues aren't going to be as blue, right? Seems like the darks are there to stay, but we're going to see. But yeah, we very much want it to be a fun, again, very stylized piece of our own, because it's for it's a fun little commission piece for the wonderful Ariel, and be artsy, because she's artsy, right? And there's definitely a lot of color in fur too. Oh my gosh, not that much. Okay. What do we got color wise? Come on, Memphis. Let's go, Memphis. Come on, Memphis. And because we're going to come in through here and clean all that up a lot, I think, like anything, the focal point's going to be here. We'll be able to have fun around the rest of the piece and really dial it in. And go from there. Or we won't. We'll see. I like it when I look at it, though, on the side. You know, it looks very weird with the eyes right now. But I think, at least if you've watched enough of my work, you kind of know that's going to change quite a bit. So special. I love it. Thanks, baby. I love you too. I'm happy you like it. Trying to keep it nice and fun and special for you. But I think it's working so far. I think it's gonna work pretty well when I kind of let it dry here. I'm gonna take a break. It's got to be about an hour, yeah. An hour and 3 minutes. Damn good. And in that time, it's gonna really change and dry a lot. Then I'll really be able to sort of see what we're working with. That's what we'll be able to go through. Oh, sorry. That's what we'll be able to go through and fix the eyes and everything too. And it'll all really come together. Oh, there's my monitor turning off, saying it's break time, and you know it. Wild. Okay. I'm not on the camera here, right? No, okay. Actually, that looks really awesome, to be honest. Yeah, all right, cool. That's perfect for where we want it. For a quick break here. Be a little darker, actually, real quick. Couple little marks coming in here. We have the paper at a nice texture right now. We can kind of see a lot of what we're putting down and kind of judge it pretty quickly. Whether we like it or not, is what I mean. Which is a very nice phase to work in. Loving it. All right, cool. We're gonna yeah. This actually too here, real quick. Yes, he actually has a cowboy hat and wears it like this and looks incredibly funny and cute. Incredibly cute, not funny. But it's hilarious because it's so cute, to be honest. All right, cool. Yeah, that's. Yeah. We're gonna take 5. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna let it dry a bit. It's gonna dry quite a bit. Everything hopefully will desaturate a little bit. Cool. All right, yeah, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. We're gonna let this whole thing desaturate a little. I just keep seeing little parts that I want a little bit more gradient in before I leave. And cool. 5-minute break. We'll be right back. Please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below, and get your own little puppy painted soon enough. Appreciate the love, gang. Be right back. of a lead here. Memphis is a little bit of a lead. There's the score in the bottom right corner for everybody there. 39-56. Yeah, that is a little behind. A little behind. Oh, no. It's like a basket behind, so whatever. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We're trying. But otherwise, we're having a good. Yeah. It's like I don't think that was all there. That's so weird. All right, whatever. Let's get back into it. Coco vibing. I'm gonna go for like 30 minutes to an hour, probably 40, like we always say. Right around 2 hours, it'd be 45 minutes. Gonna go for that, see where we are at the end of it. And if we're not done, we're not done. We'll finish it up either another time, we'll record it and post it, or we'll be done. But enough chitter chatter about that. Let's get on in. Shall we? All right, here. Let's see. It's a little looser. Perfect. That works. Okay, we can make this. Let's pick this right up. See, so we're just going in with a brush, kind of putting some water down. You can pick up a lot of it still. And all that's kind of doing is just not so much changing the color, but messing with the value. That's kind of what we're focused on there. Or at least that's our goal. We really like how this is sort of playing out and unfolding over here. We're not going to do too much there. Might kind of just fix some of these edges so they're not as like specifically water edge, you know what I mean? Kind of messy watermarks. But we like some of those watermarks quite a bit. And what we want to do is pick some of this up here. Again, always just checking our marks, always checking as we put it down, checking in the light where you can see them. If it works, leave it. If it doesn't, fix it. Just keep it that simple and you'll be happy with the artwork. Because you'll be checking and correcting it the whole way through. So you won't get to the end and not like it and be upset that you spent a lot of time doing X, Y, or Z. You keep checking as you go, you can keep correcting as you go. I don't want that exactly that bright, but we want some lighter values in through here, just a little bit. because we're also still going to go through and darken everything. So you have to keep in mind that if you're working in this stage, if and when you're working in this mid stage, this is one of those times that I say it's very important to get your darkest darks down, because every color value and mark is going to change when you put that down. I promise. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. That is science. So again, you don't want to go through and just keep lightening like I'm lightening, removing values here and there. You don't want to do that everywhere and say, oh no, it's all too dark, because it's all going to change a lot. We can do that now. Let's do it. Time. Now the paint's gonna start going. It'll have a little bit of an edge, but it's also gonna kind of go where you put it at this point, which is nice and a very fun point to work in. Oh, no, I was wrong about that, Mark. This side's still very wet. Okay. I guess because I was kind of working in that area. Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Classic, really. Should have seen that one coming. This is more of a Naruto sort of style here. But it'll work, it'll work. I like it, I like it. It's peaceful. It's a vibe. It's a bop. Sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm just still here, clearly working and painting, but just enjoying this process. Actually, I've always liked pet portraits a lot. They're fun. I like pets, you know what I mean? It just makes sense. I don't really like people, so I don't like doing, commissions of people. I like pets. I like commissions of pets. That's a joke. I love people. JK. An old joke though. The old pet portrait joke, you know? Oh, that's... Ah. This Gansai Tambi always comes out. Always still surprises me with how opaque it can get. Paints can out opaque a gouache, let me tell you. Just about, actually. Not a joke. I like some of those just like dry brush marks. Changes texture. You have to change the texture in your paintings, artwork, drawings, any of that. Tempo and music, I don't know, all of that has to happen. One big thing that can happen without us noticing is we can start to make a lot of the same marks on a painting, on a piece. And sometimes we won't totally know why we don't like it, but that is in fact sometimes why. And it's because all the marks are so similar that it just sort of feels stagnant or stale, because every mark, say, is down like this, or every mark is a curve like this, or something. It can be anything, you know what I mean? But you really want to vary your marks, textures, all of that. And I guess maybe not as much as you can, but I don't know. That's one of the things I talk about, whereas telling as much of a story with as little information, that's where that comes from, right? It's losing as much as we can, still telling the story. Using as many marks, getting as far away from the piece. Or not the piece, but the conventional thinking, right? Of a painting, or what the reference painting should look like, or at least sort of where my brain's usually at this point. And that's just regarding, again, the texture. That's kind of why I like some of those textures, some of those marks. They just vary things up instead of it all looking the same. Even some, like, again, some of these marks, like this is all looking too similar. You have to do some of that. You have to get some big marks, sideways brush marks. Didn't really want those there, but I was kind of making a point, so that happens. Got all right, a little bit of a lead. They're making a comeback, though. I can't imagine Memphis will get out of tonight with a win, but you never know. Certainly can't assume. That's why you play the game. That's why you play the game. Cool. I'm gonna go through here with a gel pen, probably ink brush or whatever, and fix all the fur, fix those edges, make them really nice. Values. Putting marks down, checking them, correcting values. Seeing if I like the mark, seeing if I like the composition, and then rinsing and washing and repeating those steps pretty much. I mean, there's definitely a little more to it than that, but that's it in a nutshell. Almost just did the Austin Powers, this is me in a nutshell thing, but it felt reckless. kind of like working the white into the white with these blues. So where I have some nice like dark reds, I kind of like pulling these blues in to get it back to the light. It's real nice. And he has a lot of blues and oranges in his fur, you know? But it definitely works. Works pretty well. Need a little blue up here, actually. That's what we're missing. There we go. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. I'm gonna wash some of those colors out. That is not the right color, but it's also not the wrong color. You know what I mean? Because I can blend it into the blue. And I think it almost works pretty well. I lean to the side like that so I can see sometimes without the glare. You guys have a really nice, clean, glare-free view because it's directly from the top. But I have a little bit of glare all through here. A little bit of glare, so I have to make sure I kind of can see what I'm doing. Right. What's the halftime score? We got a halftime. 61-52. Okay. Not bad. We're up. Always be up by more, but you could also always be down. So, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna have to blow dry this thing real quick here. Sorry, gang. Yeah, I'm gonna pop a blow dryer on real quick, just 2 seconds. Unless it's not plugged in. Nope, I lied. Not plugged in. That. No blow dryer tonight. No blow dryer. We'll just. No, I'm not really gonna do that. I want to. I wonder if I should use. No, it'll be this white. I'll have to go through with this little bit of white here. wondering if a white colored pencil will work better. Might work really well. He's a cute dog. He is a funny, cute dog. Let me get a white colored pencil real quick. Right. Get a little ASMR here. Listen. Oh, yeah. A little zipper ASMR, huh? You didn't see that coming. I don't remember if this works, really. I think it does. But it might not. Best pencil sharpener in the world, but I just couldn't remember if this was like too soft for it. Because Prismacolor are soft. Now I think that'll work better with a just ink there. Well, probably ink, I'm thinking, but yeah, we're going with ink. Yep. Gotta try it. Why not? You never know. All right, that's looking pretty good actually. But I can't. Still so wet right there. That's okay. I was gonna say it has to be slowing down now. Still leaking out a little. That's crazy. Sorry. That still works. We'll make it work. That's watercolor for you. That is the beauty of watercolor. Why we love this stuff. Actually, yes, we love the looseness and natural marks that it just starts to create. I think it's actually helped us loosen up stylistically quite a bit, which has been fun. Okay, when I'm using a medium, a certain one, there's usually, personally for me, a lot of times it kind of comes down to what medium is best gonna represent the subject. So what what art style or what medium, what marks are gonna be the funnest, the most representative, accurate, expressive, depending, time-wise, it could always be a thing. You never really know. It's a million factors that could go into it. But that's ultimately what kind of decides what medium I use to me, you know? If I'm gonna have a loose, colorful medium, it'll be watercolor. More representation, a little bit more tight oil. Like hyper realistic for me would be acrylic, just because I think the colors are a little easier to manage. Oil paints, I still stay very painterly, or I try to at least. Quick sketches, charcoal, digital. But you see, you can see how there's kind of all different subject matters that'll decide the medium for me, which is just kind of makes it fun. And then I have the freedom and like guilt-free conscience to kind of lean into the medium and very much let it, work how it's supposed to work. Which is a big part of how I enjoy working. Right? Oh my gosh, look at his little face. It's almost getting there. He's starting to look like a cocoa bean. We're starting to get hints of coconut, you know? Not a full coconut yet, but a little baby nut. Obviously, you're gonna have to show the class the video of coconut too. Oh my god. It'll be the intro for the YouTube video. It's actually perfect. Maybe it'll just become my intro for all of them. Good idea. Baby nuts, little baby nuts. We can make various coconut. Oh, I figured you would be into the idea. Figured you might like that. Can't see my head, right? Where can you see it? Wow. I have to go way in there. Oh, that's cool. Okay. My nose, if I pick my head up. My nose will stick out much farther than my forehead. Whatever. Good though. Good. I don't think we'll finish this obviously right on stream tonight because we're not gonna just rush through it. We don't have our blow dryer here, and it's too wet to continue doing too much to it. We needed to let it dry quite a bit here. And even with the blow dryer, we only have about 10 minutes left, so it's really perfect timing. I am gonna be finishing. I will finish it tonight, just because I'll keep working on with the paper in the level of saturation it is versus having to go back in. But I have to get some dinner. I have to get some food. I am hungry. So I gotta take a little break, get some food, then pull up, probably up late painting. One of those fun late painting nights artists speak of. A funkin' nut. Yeah, we'll see how this turns out. This might be just, you know, toss away. Might throw it right in the trash. Who knows? Ha! Ha ha ha. Still gonna change a lot. But again, I just need to I don't have time right now. Sorry, gang. The kitchen calls, you know. Gotta do it. You gotta do it. Nothing I can do. Got to eat. But this is a very nice resting point for this piece for now. We'll definitely be recording, finishing it up. So be sure to hit that like and subscribe down below so that you don't miss the final full video. This will be my most prized possession. Second to coconut, obviously. And we'll be back Friday with a Figure Friday. We have a very fun Figure Friday painting. First name Eddie, so if you you know who it is, there you go. Don't. You'll see Friday when we have some more fun creating live art with you guys. Coconut, the best guy. Obviously, can you make Bean a cocoa bean? He needs to make Bean next, Chandler. Oh, I didn't notice. I saw the Routier. Oh, you guys have the same last name, clearly, but that's what confused me. Hi, Pam. How are you, Pam? Have you been here the whole time? Oh, no. Okay, I was going to say, whoa. Yes, it's a coconut. Bean might be next. We'll see. Bean might be next. No, but I obviously had to see. Oh no, I was just saying. Oh my god. You guys are too funny. Gus has his. Gus is the oil example. Yeah, Gus's painting is fun too. We do a lot of pet portraits around these parts. People just don't know it. It's not flashy, you know. All right, that's where we have to wrap it up for today. It's not done. Pretty cool though, actually. Looks pretty close to done. Looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But that's where we are gonna wrap it up today. Tummy is rumbling. Sorry, I am late. No worries, Chandler. Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate the love. I'm happy you guys like it. I always appreciate you guys just popping in. That's why I like streaming for a long time, so different people can pop in when they can, you know? That's the best part. I appreciate you chilling, though, for sure. Popping in, checking out the cocoa bean. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. That's where we're going to wrap it up, though, for now. I think we got to be right around 2 hours. Yeah. And then we're going to be back Friday, like I said. So we're going to finish this up tonight. We'll record the rest of it, and we will have a full video on it. Ariel, you must get a print. Get this on a print for me somehow. You guys can get it on like a sweatshirt. You guys can get tote bags, coconut tote bags. You can do some cocoa tote bags. Call them cocoa bags. Oh man, the possibilities are endless. But yeah, we're gonna finish this up. We'll be posting a video on it, including the final image on Instagram, all that sort of fun stuff. So be sure to hit that link down below. Follow all of our other socials so you don't miss any more of the cute coconut content. If Bean's next, you're not gonna want to miss it. If your dog's next, you're not gonna want to miss it. So be sure to hit that like, that subscribe, and that bell for the notifications. Until Friday, I appreciate that love, and most importantly, stay healthy and stay happy. Much love, gang.